Oh,
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point.
Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Interesting.
I in no way, shape, or form am a hater. What player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Damn, she tried to set AB up.
The sports world is trying to cancel Angel Reese. What I'm about to show you will change everything you thought you knew about her meltdown, her Reebok deal, and the so-called embarrassing stats that have gone viral. The internet has declared war, armed with blooper reels and mocking headlines. They point to missed layups and on-court taunts as proof that the hype was a lie, but they missed the real story. They're so focused on the chaos, they can't see the coronation happening in the middle of it. The truth is, Angel Reese isn't melting down. She's being forged in a fire hotter than any rookie has ever faced. And what's emerging is not a failure, but a legend in the making.
You, like, as a Sky fan, y'all are probably happy y'all lost by less than 20 points today, and that is embarrassing.
Now we have Angel Reese's signature move, is what they're calling it. The Angel Reese spin cycle, the Angel Reese face up. Oh, here we go. Oh, snap, cook up, crossover. Crossover right to the rack, and we...
What happened next after one particularly brutal game broke the internet? The Washington Mystics didn't just defeat the Chicago Sky. The narrative online was that they put on a masterclass in psychological warfare. The final score, 103-86, was plastered everywhere. But it wasn't the numbers that went viral. It was the moments. It was Shakira Austin scoring over Reese and hitting her with the iconic too small taunt on national television, a clip that instantly became a weapon for the critics. It was commentators caught laughing at a missed layup, a moment of raw, unfiltered reaction that echoed across social media, followed by a panicked correction that only made it more viral. The critics screamed, "This is an epic embarrassment." They pointed to the box score, 6 of 16 shooting, and declared her a volume scorer, not an efficient one. They saw 5 fouls and called her undisciplined. They wanted you to see a player cracking under the pressure.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember,
she's not letting this up. And let me just be clear, Candace Parker continuously bringing this up. This is, I don't want to say petty behavior, but it's kind of petty behavior when you keep rehashing the same thing over and over and over.
Spins on Reese, comes back. Yes, off the window. As she's saying, too small on the way back.
But here's where it gets insane. They want you to ignore the other side of that same box score. The 22 points, the 13 rebounds, the 10 for 11 performance from the free throw line. This wasn't a player hiding from the moment. This was a player relentlessly attacking it. Do you know what it takes to get to the free throw line 11 times as a rookie? It means you are so aggressive, so fearless in attacking the rim, that the only way veteran defenders can stop you is to foul you. That isn't a weakness. That is a sign of dominance that terrifies opposing coaches. Every trip to that charity stripe was a testament to her refusal to be intimidated. The critics saw a handful of misses. The true students of the game saw a warrior who kept coming back for more, no matter how hard she was hit. This is the part nobody talks about: the mental fortitude required to shake off a taunt, to ignore the laughter, and to keep demanding the ball in the paint is the stuff of legends.
The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia.
Blooper reels.
Now let's talk about the Reebok deal, the partnership that critics are foaming at the mouth to declare a failure. In 2023, when Shaquille O'Neal and Reebok announced Angel Reese as their first major basketball signing, they didn't just sign a player, they signed an earthquake. Shaq and CEO Todd Kinski didn't compare her to a quiet, unassuming role player. They compared her to Allen Iverson. Let that sink in. Allen Iverson, one of the most polarizing, culture-shifting athletes in the history of sports. He wasn't beloved by the establishment. He was criticized for his style, his attitude, and his unapologetic authenticity. He was a force of nature who changed the game on his own terms.
That is ridiculous. Y'all getting popped, bro. Y'all not just losing. Y'all getting smoked by 20 and 30 and 40 and almost 50. Bro, y'all are terrible.
That is the DNA of this Reebok partnership. They didn't sign Angel Reese to be perfect. They signed her to be powerful. They signed her to disrupt the status quo. The whispers you hear about the deal being in trouble, about her signature shoe being delayed or scrapped, that's not an internal panic. That's the sound of the old guard being terrified of what she represents. They see the viral lowlights and think it's a branding disaster. Reebok sees a player generating millions of impressions, forcing a global conversation, and building a brand so magnetic that you can't look away. Every blooper reel only makes her future comeback more legendary. Every article questioning the deal only solidifies her as an anti-hero you can't help but root for. You won't believe what's really happening behind the scenes. They aren't planning an exit strategy. They are planning a revolution. They aren't selling a sneaker. They are selling a story of resilience. And that story is about to become a billion-dollar epic.
Kiki Area Fan got the better of her today. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 14 shooting. Man, Kiki stirring that pot on Angel today. Kira Austin going at him. Everybody's just going at him. The Chicago Sky are food. And I mean, it's just embarrassing to the point where it's like, it's ridiculous. Y'all getting popped, bro. Y'all not just losing. Y'all getting smoked by 20 and 30 and 40 and almost 50. Bro, y'all are terrible. Something has to change. Something has to change.
This brings us to the most misunderstood statistic in the WNBA today. Angel Reese's historic double-double streak versus her team's losses. The critics shout, she's stat padding on a losing team. Her numbers are empty. They point to the Chicago Sky's 7-19 record during her 11-game double-double run and call it meaningless. But what they fail to understand is one of the most fundamental truths in all of sports. You can't judge a rookie engine by the performance of a car that's still being built around them. What those double-doubles truly represent is a rookie, in her very first season, being the single most consistent and reliable force on her team, night after night. It's a testament to a relentless motor that does not quit, regardless of the scoreboard. Think about the legends of the game. Michael Jordan didn't win a championship his rookie year. LeBron James missed the playoffs his first 2 seasons. Greatness isn't born into a perfect situation. It's forged by carrying a team through the struggle. Her double-doubles aren't empty stats. They are a promise. They are the foundation being laid, brick by agonizing brick, for a future dynasty. She is learning how to lead not when it's easy, but when it's hard. And that is a lesson that will make her unstoppable.
All right, we go. Right. Easy open layup and a stoink right off the bottom of the backboard. And we're just asking for a foul. We're asking for a foul. We throw the ball off the bottom. That's like the bottom side of the back, finishing up here, not down. It is what it is. But no, Angel Reese had to engage in the Twitter drama. No drama. We don't want no drama. Shout out to the Black Eyed Peas. Angel Reese had to engage in the Twitter drama because Candace Parker is back. Candace Parker.
And now for the stat the internet loves to use as a punchline. The layup percentage, 31.5%. On the surface, it looks indefensible. She's turning the easiest shot in basketball into a coin toss. They mock. Yippee! But this is where the casuals are separated from the connoisseurs. What I'm about to tell you will change how you watch her play forever. She's attempting the 3rd most layups in the entire WNBA. Why? Because she lives in the paint. She is a bruising physical force, constantly challenging the league's strongest and most experienced defenders at the rim. That 31.5% isn't a measure of her inability to finish, it's a measure of the sheer defensive brutality she faces every single time she attacks. She isn't missing wide-open shots in an empty gym. She is absorbing contact, fighting through double teams, and getting hammered by players who know that a foul is better than giving up an easy 2 points. The viral clip of her missing 4 consecutive putbacks against the New York Liberty wasn't a blooper reel. It was a declaration of war. It was a rookie refusing to give up on a play, fighting for every inch, showcasing a level of grit and determination that you can't teach. She is drawing more attention in the paint than any other rookie. And while the field goal percentage is catching up, the sheer will it demonstrates is already at a championship level. This all leads to the moment that ignited a firestorm. The Candace Parker emoji. After the Mystics game, Parker, a Chicago legend and one of the greatest minds in basketball, didn't tweet a paragraph. She just posted the eyes emoji. The internet exploded, interpreting it as shade, as a veteran mocking a struggling rookie. Angel Reese engaged, and the narrative of a beef was born. But that's a soap opera storyline, not the reality of what happened. What happened next was a masterclass in veteran leadership.
Innocently, when Candace Parker was as 2 ranked players who were clearly better than Angel Reese. The Reese's Pieces threw a temper tantrum, tagged Angel so many times, tweeted about it so many times, that now Angel Reese is convinced in her own mind, oh, this actually is beef. Candace Parker, you don't like.
That emoji wasn't a diss. It was a test. Candace Parker, a two-time MVP and champion, doesn't waste her time on petty drama. She is a gatekeeper of greatness. That emoji was a challenge. A quiet "I'm watching you" to the player who has been anointed as the next big thing in her city. Parker sees the raw talent, the fire, and the immense pressure on Reese's shoulders. She isn't throwing shade. She's holding up a mirror, asking, are you ready for this mantle? Are you ready to carry the legacy of Chicago basketball? It's the kind of silent communication that happens between legends and future legends. It's not about tearing her down. It's about seeing if she has the mental toughness to build herself up and truly own the throne. This isn't a beef. It's an apprenticeship, playing out in public for the entire world to see. And of course, no conversation about Angel Reese is complete without mentioning Caitlin Clark. The narrative has been twisted to pit them against each other as bitter enemies. They tell you the story of a Clark versus Reese game, where ticket prices plummeted from $100 to $5 the moment Clark was ruled out with an injury. The critics use this as proof that Reese isn't a draw on her own, but they are missing the entire point. This isn't a story about one player being better than the other. This is the story of a seismic shift in sports, powered by two revolutionary forces.
Shot 35%, 22 points, 13 rebounds, got to the free throw line multiple times, 11 free throws for Angel Reese, but the bloopies were blooping, and oh boy, here we go.
Clark and Reese are not rivals in a way that diminishes one of them. They are two sides of the same coin, both essential to the WNBA's explosive growth. Clark is the sharpshooting phenom who rewrote the record books with her impossible range. Reese is the dominant physical presence in the paint, a throwback force of nature with modern-day celebrity swagger. One cannot exist without the other to push them to new heights. The ticket price story isn't an indictment of Reese. It's a testament to the power of their specific historic rivalry. People weren't just paying to see one player. They were paying to witness a clash of titans, a moment in sports history. To use their dynamic to tear one down is to fundamentally misunderstand the movement they are both leading. They are co-authors of the WNBA's next chapter, and it's already a bestseller. This is the part of the story that truly matters. Every missed layup, every taunt, every negative headline is not part of a meltdown. It is part of her origin story. Every great hero in history has a chapter where they are tested, where the world doubts them, where they are forced to confront their own limitations. Michael Jordan was just a scorer who couldn't win the big one. LeBron James was criticized for not having the killer instinct. Kobe Bryant was seen as arrogant and selfish. The criticism isn't a sign of failure. It is a prerequisite for legendary status. Angel Reese is experiencing her entire trial by fire in the unforgiving glare of the 2024 social media landscape, a level of scrutiny no rookie before her has ever had to endure. She is navigating the pressure of a multi-million-dollar endorsement deal, the expectations of a city, and the weight of being a cultural icon, all while learning to be a pro. This isn't a collapse. This is a crucible. The immense heat and pressure she is facing right now are not breaking her. They are hardening her into something indestructible. The player who emerges from this inferno will not just be a star, she will be a supernova. What we are all witnessing is so much bigger than one player or one team. The reason Angel Reese's every move is dissected is because millions more people are watching the WNBA than ever before. She, alongside Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, and a league full of unbelievable talent, has lifted women's basketball into the mainstream cultural conversation.
She drama.
The critics cling to is the very thing bringing new eyeballs to the sport. And what are those new fans discovering? They are discovering a league filled with heart, skill, and intensity that is second to none. They are discovering players like Shakira Austin and Sonia Citron, who are having career-defining moments on the national stage. The controversy surrounding Reese isn't hurting the WNBA, it's acting as a gateway, inviting the world to a party that's been amazing for years. She is taking the hits so the entire league can reap the rewards, and that is a form of leadership the box score can never capture. So what happens next? This is the cliffhanger that has the entire sports world on the edge of its seat. Will she adjust her game to finish more efficiently at the rim? Will she channel all of this noise into an MVP-level performance that silences every critic? And what about that Reebok signature shoe, the one they mockingly call the charity stripe? Don't be surprised if it drops in 2026 under a new name, the Resilience 1S. A shoe that isn't about being perfect, but about getting back up every single time you're knocked down. A shoe that represents her entire journey. The critics want you to believe her career is unraveling, but if you look closer, past the noise and the hate, you'll see it's not unraveling at all. It's weaving itself into a tapestry of greatness, one tough rebound and one defiant stare at a time. The story of Angel Reese is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. Tell us in the comments, is this the most intense trial by fire any rookie has ever faced? And what do you think will define her legacy? Subscribe now because you are watching history unfold in real time, and the next chapter is going to rewrite everything.